All right, ladies and gentlemen, part two, Space Invaders. We're going to learn how to use paint.net and how to draw a picture. So draw an awesome cannon on paper, draw an awesome invader on paper, also draw him doing his animation, and then we're going to use paint.net and we're going to save it as a PNG. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So here's some things you need to do about paint.net. First of all, paint.net is not found at paint.net unless you want to download it. It's already downloaded. It's found on the desktop. Okay, so we're going to open up paint.net on the desktop, and the first thing you're going to do is go File, New. Now, some people just click OK, but then you're going to have an 8-inch by 6-inch invader, which is way too big. So the first thing you need to do is pick your size. So based on the drawing that you've done, you're going to have an idea of how big you want this thing. So we're going to click OK. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we should probably zoom in. So I'm going to use the magnifying glass and zoom in. So I'm going to make it look bigger than it really is. Then you can start doing some things with basic shapes. So we can use a circle. So I can draw a circle over here, if it'll let me. Okay, so I'll draw a circle. Okay, now you can see it's pixelated because we blew it up. All right, so then I can decide a color that I want. So I click over here, and it turns my colors on and off. So I can choose a color that I want for the outside. Okay, and then I can go to my fill bucket, and I can choose. I'll go to my fill bucket. I'll choose another color that I like, and I can fill that thing. Okay, you can also use the pencil tool. Okay, you can use the paintbrush tool. Okay, you can use different tools over here. You got the eraser tool. All right, so there's some things that you can do. Okay, some other things that you can do is the selection tool. So if I want to select something, I can select an area and then hit delete and delete it. The other thing I can do is I could go to my magic wand tool and select an entire color and delete it. So it selects by color and delete that. Okay, so play around and draw, and let's see what's on the next thing on my slide here. Okay, how to select, we kind of did that. All right, get rid of background, that's important. Okay, so let's go back to this thing. Let's say that let's fill this back in again. Now, and obviously it's not a beautiful ship, but let's pretend like this was a beautiful ship. Well, one thing that you'd want to do is you'd want to get rid of the white. Okay, you don't want the white showing up on the black space. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crop. So I'm going to, oh no, that's not the right crop. Where's the right crop? Oh, I see. I got to select. Okay, so I want to use this as a selection tool. So by the way, there's another selection tool. I can click on the selection tool and I can move stuff around. Okay, I can move this thing around. Okay, so there's a selection tool, but anyway, I'm going to hit escape. All right, so let's go back to my selection tool. So I can select everything that I want. Okay, and then I can crop just to that selection. And so I've gotten rid of most of my white, and if I keep working at it, I can crop to that selection and get rid of some more stuff I don't need. So we'll try it one more time, and I'm going to crop to the selection. Okay, now, but I still have this ugly white that's going to show up, so here's what I do. I go to my magic wand tool, I hit select, and then I hit delete. I select, delete, select, delete, select, delete. Good. So let's say this is a finished drawing. Okay, what I can do is I can go File, Save As. I want to save it as a PNG, so I choose PNG as my type. Okay, and then where do I want to save it? I want to save it into my invaders. So I go B. Miller, I go to my folder with my name on it. I'm going to go to Programming, and I'm going to go to, here's my invaders. Okay, and then invaders, and then I save it in my images folder, and then I can actually use it. If I don't save it in the images folder of my Greenfoot scenario, I can't use it. So I hit save. Okay, so I'm going to hit cancel because I don't need to. All right, here's one other thing you should do. Let's say that you end up doing it as too big or too small. So then I can go image, resize, and I can tell it how big I want it to be. All right, and it'll resize it for me. Okay, so if something's too big, you can shrink it. If it's too small, you can increase the size. Okay, all right, I think that should, let's go back. Well, I think that should do it. Let's go back and make sure that I did not miss anything. Say how to resize. Yep, we got it. There you go.